What's up, guys, and how is everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's doing well. You guys, stay with me on this video. Please follow me through it. Take the time to listen to what I have to say. I think it's very important. Before you leave a comment, I can always tell if somebody watched half the video or the whole video when they leave a comment. So please stay with me. I may jump all over the place. My mind right now is racing at 100 miles an hour, trying to say what I want to say. Guys, let's talk about a broad statement, all right? A broad statement. For example, like Hannah always says, for example, and you hear that a lot here too. For example, a broad statement. I love basketball. It's a broad statement. I don't say which team I like, what player I like, just a broad statement, right? Then you can go into what I call talking about somebody without saying their name, but everybody knows who I'm talking about. For example, I like this certain basketball player. He played for Carolina, North Carolina, brought a championship to North Carolina. Went on to the NBA, won 3 championships with the Chicago Bulls. He retired, came back into the NBA, won 3 more championships. This man has a Nike line that's sold around the world. He's considered one of the greatest of all times. He won the slam dunk contest. I'm indirectly talking about somebody, but we all know who I'm talking about, right? Michael Jordan. See what I'm saying? You can indirectly talk about someone without talking about them. Then you have a directly talking about a person. Michael Jordan. My opinion, the greatest basketball player of all time. No one will outdo him. He, in my opinion, is the GOAT. See what I'm saying? Sort of like saying an expat. Expat. They're all around the world. Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Germany, Canada, Switzerland, America, Brazil. They're expats. They're all over the world. It's a general statement, right? Now, if I say an expat is about 6'2" to 6'7", 250 pounds to 350 pounds, that's still a general statement, all right? I didn't state where they're from, what color they are, what country they're in. It's a general statement, right? Like I said, my brain right now is going all over the place. And I'm trying to put it into words. So let's talk about expats, all right? We all move to whatever country we've decided to move to, right? When you're an expat, you have to kind of leave your mentality of the way things were back in the country you came from. I always say, listen to your spouse, your girlfriend. They are going to teach you, and they're going to let you know what you should say, what you shouldn't say, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Shouldn't do. I always said, and I'll say it again, 5 years, and I would say in any country, even in America, my wife came over to the States and she didn't know what was going on. And she wasn't there long enough to really understand it. But you got to put, I say, minimum of 5 years in before you kind of know what's going on. You can understand things, know what to say, what not to say. Once again, I said it, the ink's not dry on your passport till you've been here 5 years. But anyways, what I'm getting into is there's an issue that has arisen It's Holy Week, right? He's arisen. A certain expat, once again, generalized statement, has used social media. Social media is another generalized statement, right? It could be TikTok, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be YouTube. It's a general statement. A certain expat talked indirectly and even directly about me. I understand being on social media, you're going to get that. You will have that. Even the top guy, whoever he may be, all the way down to the little guy, you're putting your life out there. And yes, people are going to criticize you. They're going to talk about you. It's just part of the monster, right? Certain expat literally by name. So here we go to the by name. Called out, look, my wife. You guys know my channel. If you're new to the channel, my wife's name is Lut. That's her nickname. She has a channel called Lut's Diary Adventures in the Philippines. They specifically called out my wife, Lut, this expat did. I'm not going to go into the big details of it. Not only once, but multiple times. Calling her names such as like a whore, a bar girl. Even this expat even went as low, and I mean low, as even calling out and talking about Lut's daughter and Lut's niece. Actually, and what made me kind of sick is the person was defending these kind of people. The expat went on to basically say, because we have, and Lut has, her girls in our videos, that it attracts these stalker pedo people. And that's why we've had problems in the past, not all the time, had problems in the past with people saying things and making comments, which I think is pretty sick of this expat to even defend people like that. But the kicker is, they went on to even say, this expat, I'm sorry when I say they, I mean this expat, went on to even say, if I ever see you in public, you better watch out because there's going to be a confrontation. That's a threat. Guys, that's a threat. You got to understand, Filipinos and anybody around the world, they take pride in who they are. From the truck driver to the jeepney driver to the construction worker to the lawyer to the doctor, they take pride in who they are. Here in the Philippines, they take pride in that. And to smear somebody's name and to discredit them and to belittle them, Philippines don't put up with that. There's laws here. You can't trash and talk nasty and belittle and say bad things here. There's laws here for the Philippines and anybody else. Like, Philippines can't say those kind of things and make those kind of threats. There's laws here. So if an expat rolls in here, it's even worse for them, right? I've seen it on the news. Expat gets into a confrontation with a Filipino, and before you know it, they're deported. They're kicked out. They're what's called undesirables. Filipinos don't want them here. Other expats don't want them here because it makes the expats look bad. And then on top of that, if the expat that is creating these problems and saying these things is from your country, it's like, now you make my country look bad. They're not wanted here. And the Philippines and the Philippine government, they don't want it. They don't want undesirables. And it doesn't matter where you come from. China, Japan, Korea, Canada, the States, Switzerland, Germany, they don't want it. They just don't want it. You know, one of the things, I worked in corrections. Those that have been following my channel know I've worked in corrections. And there were times where an inmate might get mad and scream and holler and yell at you and call you every kind of name there is, right? But they're keywords you had to listen for. They could tell you you're ugly, your nose is funny, your breath stinks, your haircut's dumb, your uniform looks dumb. But they're keywords you always had to listen for. One of the things was a threat. If the inmate says, you know what, I'm going to kick your ass. You know what, when I get out of here, I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to find your family. Now you crossed the line. At what point do trolls cross the line? I think this is a case where they've crossed the line by disrespecting, by trying to discredit, drag Lut's name in the mud, talk about her children, her niece, make a threat. If I see you in public, you better watch out. There's going to be a problem. At what point is enough enough? You got to watch what you say here because it can get you in trouble. And one of the things I've always said too, when you come here and you want to drive, I highly recommend getting video cameras. The few altercations I've been in, it saved me because I had video proof that it happened. It's like this situation where this expat used social media and said all this. I have video proof, video evidence. This expat can pull whatever they want off of social media. I already got it. I've already downloaded it. I've already got it in backup and storage. But you will deal with this. Like I said in the beginning, guys, listen to your spouse, listen to your girlfriend. If you're thinking about coming over here, do the proper research. Listen to those that have been here that can kind of understand what's going on. A lot of people like a used cars salesman. I put it this way. Man, they're going to sell you a lemon. But by the time they're done talking up this used car you're going to buy, it is the greatest thing out there. Everything works, nothing wrong with it until you get the car and you drive it. And then you're like, wait, used car salesman told me that this car was the best car out there. But now I'm driving it and everything they said, well, it's not true. So guys, if you're coming here, or if you just got here and you're just trying to understand and try to learn and everything's new to you, keep your mind open. Listen to the people, listen to your spouse or girlfriend, whoever, and don't question them. Well, you can question them, but don't act like you know better because they know. Who knows more about the country you come from than the person who actually came from that country and lived in there, right? But yeah, this is just something that I wanted to share. What are we doing about it? I have all the evidence. Like I said, I have screen recordings. I have everything saved. Can't dispute the evidence, right? Sort of like if you go into the water bill place here, or an electric place, or a cable place, and say, hey, I paid my bill and you double billed me. Well, you got to bring proof in. You bring proof in. Oh, here's my receipt that I paid it. Okay, boom. You showed it. There's the proof. You are correct. I have all that. It's sad that people are like that, that other expats can be like that. Like I said, expats, that's a general statement because they can be from all over. But what are we doing? I sent my attorney, and I have probably one of the top-notch attorneys here in Angeles City. When I pay him, it shows. I have all this ready for him. I sent him an email, waiting back to get in there and speak with him, show him all this, and just go from there. The system does move slow here, but you put the ball in his court and let him roll with it. That's the only thing you can do. Guys, if you ever have problems with other expats, you will have it. Expat on expat, do they really care here? I don't know. I guess if it becomes violent or something, yes. But if your expat degrades, belittles, or talks down or tries to discredit another Filipino, then yeah, you're going to have a problem. So with that being said, I just wanted to put this out there, let people know, hey, be careful. Be careful. I think there's expats out there that no matter where they're at, Vietnam, China, Thailand, Philippines, America, you name it, I think they will just have problems with every other expats they run into. It just is. That's just the way it is. If one expat doesn't like 10 other expats that get along and can conversate with and have a good time and laugh and joke, and that one doesn't like them, is it the 10 that are wrong, or is it the one that is wrong? But like I said, if this helps, great. You like I said, keep your mind open. Wherever you come from, it's not the country. We're here as visitors. If you're an expat living in any other country, you're there as a visitor. The rules and laws from the country you come from may not apply in the country you're living in, right? You might come from America or wherever, United States or Canada or Germany or whatever. You might go to a country that says, hey, all women must wear a headscarf. It's our law. All men have to wear a certain kind of shoe. It's our law. Well, you're going to abide by the law because it's their law. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that was a for example. So anyways, guys, I'm just going to wrap this one up. I hope you followed me through to understand what's going on. And, if it helps out, great. I hope it did help somebody out, one or two people. Always listen to people that got experience, right? You always do. When you start a new job, you talk to the guy that has experience. He can let you know what's going on. He can help you out. So like I said, my hands are washed. Done. It's in my attorney's hands now, and we'll let him handle it.